Good morning, students. Today I am going to start a new chapter, that is Socket API, the Socket Application Programming Interface. Before explaining Socket API, you need to know what is socket. So a socket allows communication between two different processes on the same or different machines. It is a way to talk to other computers using standard Unix file descriptors. In Unix, every input-output action is done by writing or reading a file descriptor. What is a file descriptor? A file descriptor is just an integer associated with an open file, and it can be a network connection, a text file, or terminal. Next is Socket API. Socket API first appeared in the early 1980s, as a program library in a version of the Unix operating system known as Berkeley Unix (BSD) to provide the functionality of inter-process communication. Nowadays, Socket APIs are supported on all major operating systems. On Unix-based system, the API is a part of kernel or core of the operating system. API is provided as program libraries. On Windows system, the API is known as Windows Socket. Java is used to design. Java language is designed with network programming, and it provides the Socket API as a part of language's core class. The APIs all share the same message passing model and very similar syntax. The socket metaphor in IPC. The designer of the Socket API has provided a programming construct, that is socket. A process wishing to communicate with another process must create an instance of such a construct. Unlike early telephony, however, the communication between the parties may be connection oriented or connectionless. So as we have discussed in our data communication and network chapters, there are two types of services: connection oriented and connectionless. So it provide both the services. It may be connection oriented or connectionless. Basically, there are different types of sockets. The basic four types of sockets are there: stream sockets, datagram sockets, raw sockets, and sequence packet sockets. In which, in your syllabus, there is stream sockets and datagram sockets. So, what are datagram sockets? Datagram sockets are basically delivery in a networked environment is not guaranteed. They are connectionless because they don't need to have an open connection, and they use UDP, user datagram protocols. Stream sockets are those delivery in the network environment is guaranteed. If you send through the stream socket, suppose ABC, they will arrive in the same order. And TCP is the protocol for data transmission, that is transmission control protocol. As we know that UDP is a connectionless protocol and TCP is a connection oriented protocol. So first is connectionless datagram socket. As we know, datagram sockets can support both connectionless and connection oriented communication at the application layer. This is so because even though datagrams are sent or received without the notion of connection at transport layer, the runtime support of the socket API, we create and maintain logical connections of datagram exchanged between two processes. The two classes are provided for datagram socket API. First one is datagram socket class for the sockets, and second one is datagram packet class for the datagram exchanged. So a process wishing to send or receive data using this API must instantiate a datagram socket object, or each socket is said to be bound to a UDP port of machine that is local to the process. To send a datagram to another process, a process must create an object that represents the datagram itself, and this object can be created by instantiating a datagram packet object that carries a reference, the destination address, which carries the datagram packet object will carry two things, that is reference to a byte array, and the second one is destination address. At the receiving process, a datagram socket object must also be instantiated and bound to a local port. The port number must agree with that specified in the datagram packet of the sender. To receive a datagram sent to the socket, the process creates a datagram packet object that references a byte array and calls a receive method in its datagram socket object. These are the two diagrams in which first one is connectionless datagram socket and the second one is connection oriented datagram sockets. In first one, as we can see, socket API runtime support process A and transport layer software, same as the receiving end. In this rectangular box shows the datagram, and the dotted rectangular shows the logical connection created and maintained by the runtime support of the datagram socket API. So this is for today, and in the next lecture I will discuss the comparison between connectionless datagram socket and connection oriented datagram socket. Thank you.